All right, welcome back to Market Day Report. I'm Scott Shelley, otherwise known as the Cow Guy. Thank you very much for tuning us in. If that's what you're doing, if you've been with us all day, that's even better. But you've had a good day if you've been with us all day, because we've had a lot of yellow on the screen. My producer said yellow rhymes with mellow, but I think we should find a different word that sounds better when we're up and the markets are higher. But let's talk about corn. Look at this. We're 4 3/4 cents higher in the front month. That's SEP. 4.77 3/4 is last. We're bleeding a little bit here, right? Letting a little of the air out, but we're still up about a nickel across the board. So we'll take it, right? 4.77 3/4 is last. 4 3/4 cents higher on the day. Dees, that's the new crop, 5 1/4 cents better. We're staying at 4.91, a dime off that 4.81 level that we've been talking about so much as of late, and we're 4 cents off the highs of 4.95. So we still like that board, all right? That passes the test. Soybeans, solid double-digit gains there, 23.5 cents higher in SEP. 13.60 1/4 is last. That's about 5 cents off the highs. New crop Nove, 19.5 cents higher there. 13.49 1/2 is last. 6 cents off the highs. So we'll take that as well. So we've had, it's a 24 cent, 25 cent range. Not bad. Let's take a look and see what we've got going on in wheat in Chicago. Chicago wheat, 19.5 cents higher in SEP. 6.09 even as last. We're going to say that's 6 to 7 cents off the highs, but well off the lows. We've had about a 27 cent range over there. Dees up 19.5 cents to 6.34 3/4. And that too is about 7 cents off the highs, 6.5 cents off the highs. But still, that's a good board, almost 20 cents higher across the board. So that's Chicago wheat. Let's take a look at the Kansas City wheat, and that would be the hard red. And again, good gains over there as well. SEP's up 14 cents to 7.47 even. 7 cents off the highs as we settle back in here. Dees 13 cents higher there, 7.54 1/2 as we get close to the top of the hour. All right, so that's wheat in Chicago. Wheat in Kansas City, we got to check the third one out, and this is in Minneapolis. It's the spring wheat. 11.5 cents higher there to 7.99 1/4 as we lose that 8 handle. And that's about, 4 cents off the highs. Dees is up 10 3/4 cents to 8.14 1/4. And let's check cotton before we get to our next guest analyst. Cotton is two ticks higher, 2 points higher, 83.63, 6 points off the low. So basically, I'm going to say that that's pretty much unchanged. That's Dees cotton, just 2 points better, 83.63. All right, let's bring in our guest analyst. It's going to be Todd Horowitz. Todd is joining us from, I think he's in, let's see what the background looks like. That's Vegas, if I know better. Thanks for coming on, Todd, on a busy Friday. Here you go. You're a bull. It's moving your way. Is this the beginning of something or the end of something? What do you think?
Scott, other than soybeans, it's not that impressive. I think soybeans look pretty good, and they look like they're trying to break to the upside again. Corn and wheat, corn's a little bit better than wheat, but they're both pretty soft. Although wheat's up, 18 cents right now, it doesn't look great. It's not like it's a powerful rally. It's really more of a rally off of a dead cat bottom. And, we'll see if it can continue next week. It would excite me more, but the current action is kind of what you would expect, just like you're watching kind of in the equities after some heavy selling all week. You're now seeing a little bit of a bounce.
So I asked one other analyst earlier this morning, are you using this, if you're a producer, as a chance to lighten the load a little bit and take some protection, or do you think this has got more legs? I mean, a lot of guys are seeing that maybe they had better yields than they thought. Obviously, these hybrids usually are a little bit more resilient than we always think. And that's brought their floor down a lot because they've got more bushels or more revenue coming through the door, even though we've got a lower price. What do you do now?
Well, I think you should always be hedged with just leaving the upside open. I mean, it's inexpensive enough to put on protection at any price because, again, you're leaving the upside wide open. You don't want to put one of those hedges on that locks in like selling a future. That's not really doing you any good. It doesn't give you the opportunity in case this is going to be the next big leg up. I mean, again, I could call it suspect at the moment, but certainly I would obviously protect these prices and hope that I would not make, if it goes up another 30 cents, hope that I'd make 28 of the 30 instead of trying to make the whole 30.
Right. Great stuff. Great advice. All right. Stay right there. We need to go away. We got to pay the bills again. That's Todd Horowitz, Bubba Horowitz. He's in Vegas. We're going to go away. We're going to be right back. We'll talk more livestock with Todd after this. All right. Welcome back to Market Day Report. And this is where we talk about the livestock, right? We can't forget about that. And they've been doing well, too. So got more green on the screen, more yellow. We're thinking of a different word than mellow. Let's take a look at what we've got going on in the live cattle. I've got that board up for us. October's up 55 cents. Again, that's double nickels in the old days. 178.87 is last, and that is not too far from the highs of the day. That's about, what, 47 cents away. Deese is up 57 cents to 183.10, so we like that. Just quiet, small range, small change, not a lot going on, but there is no selling, so the buyers are a little bit in charge right now as we speak. Feeder cattle, they've settled back in a little bit too. Not as much as we were. September is up 80 cents now to 247.92, and that's in the middle of the day's range, maybe towards the upper end just a little bit, but still solidly there. October, 85 cents higher to 250.17. So we like that board. Feeders and live cattle still doing okay. We've got a report after the close today that could keep this one a little bit quieter as we go into that report. Lean hogs, though, look at this. We've got tacking on some gains. October's up $2.72 to 81.87. And that's getting close to the day's high, right? That's going to be, what, about 42 points away, 52 points away. Deese, $2.17 higher there to 74.17. And that brings us back to our guest analyst who's been so patiently waiting in the wings, and that's Todd Bubba Horowitz from Las Vegas. Anything different you want to talk about the meats? Anything jump out of you there, Todd?
I think they're a sale. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of room to go higher here. I think today's report might, be a little bit negative. I think they're trying to price in some positive action, but I don't think there's a lot of room. I think you have to look at the overall economy and the amount that people are spending and the increase in what they're laying out. And I think it's going to be harder for them to afford. Certainly beef, hogs would still be in a price range, but unfortunately the prices are skyrocketing faster at the retail end than they are the wholesale end.
And so any chance that this economy ruins this parade?
I think so. I think this economy's in very sad shape. I mean, you see that that banks are borrowing more from the Fed than ever. And that's
that doesn't go reported, does it? I picked that out again this morning myself, and I haven't heard one outlet talk about it. But what you're talking about, just so the viewers know, is back when we had the bank wobbles in March and April, the Fed opened up like an emergency lending window. If you thought your bank was kind of teetering on its own, they could go to that window and borrow money. Well, it's not been reported, but every month we set a new record high in the borrowings from that window, correct?
100%. And that's a problem. I mean, we can continue to hide and put our heads in the sand and say that everything is okay and listen to the numbers that come out. But you and I both know from doing our own shopping that those numbers are incorrect and they can make all they want up. That's the bottom line.
Yep. You get an A for effort today. You're the first one that's brought that up. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Todd. Bubba Horowitz, have a great weekend out in Vegas. We'll bring it back here to Nashville so I can hand it back over to you, Suzanne.